Thank you for joining us. This is Live with Miami's Community News, and I'm Michael Miller. Our special guest today is another Michael, Michael Hepburn. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for inviting me.
So you're a political animal by nature, it looks like. Right?
You know what? I'm going to say I'm a political scientist.
Oh, I saw that. I was going to go look it up, and I go, what does that mean?
No political science.
So you want to become mayor of the city of Miami?
Yes.
That's a big job.
Well, actually, it's not a big job, but it's a job that comes with some cool responsibility if you utilize it.
Yes. Yeah. So talk a little bit about your background and where you went to school.
Sure. So for everybody out there, I am born and raised Miamian, right? So my family has been here on my dad's side since the 1800s. And then my mom's side is 1940s, right? So we are literally city of Miami, born and raised. I grew up in Lemon City, part of our
I haven't
area.
heard that for a while.
Right? So, which is now called Little Haiti for everybody out there. So IET. But actually went to Chatelain Elementary, Toussaint Louverture, went to South Miami Middle School.
Right down the street.
Not too far from here. And then graduated from the Miami Central Senior High School. So, for all my green and white defenders out there, good to see y'all. And then went to FIU and Florida State and Cornell for college and grad school.
So you got your master's in science in higher education administration.
I did.
Wow. So you're a pretty smart guy.
You know what? My mom did a good job.
Yes, she did. and right next to your right hand over there, you have something. Tell us about that.
Yes. So, ladies and gentlemen, I brought my Miami Herald prestigious Silver Knight Award because I just wanted to tell Michael and everybody else out there watching that leadership starts early. People just don't wake up and become leaders. I've been leading in my city, in my community, since I was in middle school. And winning this prestigious award was for a project that I worked on for the 4 years that I was in high school in order to make our streets more safer and to create more park spaces for people like myself in neighborhoods that didn't have access to, clean parks and places for us to go play sports and do some productive things after we left school. And and because of all those hours, all that advocacy, all that networking and working with the police department and neighborhood associations and nonprofits, I was awarded the Silver Knight Award.
Congratulations
Thank
that.
You.
And as I said earlier, people that get that are special.
Yeah. We're a different breed.
Yes, there's no question about that. And over the years, we've had 10 or 15. And as soon as you see them, there's something special about them.
I appreciate that. Kind words, by the way.
So you're AmeriCorps. Tell us about that.
Yeah. So part of my service when I was in college, I applied to be a part of the AmeriCorps Vista program. So pretty much I was assigned to a nonprofit actually in Broward County that was pushing for human services and some wraparound service programs for inner city youth as well as our elders. So my job was to come in there and hopefully cultivate a new way to help people monetize their skill set, identify better resources for them for housing, teach people about nutrition so they can, hopefully eat better and be able to be more active in their communities. So that was my AmeriCorps project.
Were you ever on radio?
No, not at all.
How'd you
you like the voice, Michael?
I do.
Actually, I wish I had Denzel Washington voice, y'all, but I work with this one.
Make sure that I got it right. A great voice. Sometimes we tell our guests, you have a radio face. So this is all right. So
I like it.
All right. So here we are, 2025.
Yes.
There's an election coming up in a couple months.
Hopefully.
Yes. So for the folks that don't know, 3 of the city commissioners said, let's delay the election for another year.
Correct. And extend their time in office.
Yes, which I found terrible. And a friend wrote, sorry, Damien, all right?
Good point.
So 2 courts have ruled against them so far.
Correct.
Maybe there's some action that they still might be able to take, but it looks like they're going to try to take it to the voters. The part that I had a problem with is, number one, when you vote somebody in, you vote them in for 2 years or 4 years.
Correct.
And in the city of Miami, they also get paid around $100,000 a year.
Yeah, the city commissioner is about $105,000, and the mayor is about $130,000.
So they voted themselves a raise.
Literally, yeah, without
25% increase,
without any voter consent.
Right.
Yeah,
and it also for a short time threw off some of the candidates that were planning on running. So let's say,
I agree.
All right. So anyway, Damien, I love you. But, all right. And we have a great conversation.
You do? Okay. Maybe you can help me actually get some responsiveness from his office. So maybe I can go through you to get to his office. To talk
I think you're on your own on that. So let's talk about some things that are important to the voters in Miami. So what do you think? What do you hear from voters? What things they would like?
Hey, you know what? I'm gonna take it back a step. So I actually started running. I was the first person in this race, y'all, to run for mayor. So I actually left my job with the Miami Heat on September 20th, 2024, and that was my first day initiating my listening tour. And for the next 6 months, all I did was go around our city asking people, actually working class Miamians, I'm gonna be very specific, about one, how do they feel about this city? Two, what are they lived experiences with our government? And three, if they literally thought about how will we change the future of what we see, what would they do? So over 6 months, I got over 2,247 replies, right? Feedback, because I was calling people, going to their house, all that cool stuff. And that's how I literally built out our blueprint for why I'm running for office. But just to give you a quick 7, one was, can you figure out a way to freeze or have me not pay property taxes? This is from my elders. The second one came up a lot was about how do we rehab and develop more affordable housing in the city, but actually be specific about how many units you can provide. The third one was, man, Michael, you have a whole lot of jacked up streets, flooding issues in our city, and I can't find decent sidewalks. What else came up? Fourth was centered around my parents. My parents had a whole lot of conversation and feedback about childcare costs in the city and the amount of money they spend weekly in order to keep their little ones busy while they're at work. What else came up? We talked a lot about corruption. Man,
not there.
Corruption was like an everyday conversation, so we can definitely go into details about that later. And then the last one that was really important was, how are you going to cultivate strong small businesses in this city so they can help us expand our network, can help us, develop better skill sets, but also allow people that's from here to stay here and not just be priced out from all the big corporations that's coming to the city.
And certainly that's one of the things that's happening.
Yes, and daily.
A family member that lives downtown, and we walk around all the time. And with the World Center, I think that's what it's called.
Yep, not too far from Castilla.
And you got to have a lot of money to get in there, all right? And a lot of money to invest and perhaps lose.
Thank you, Michael. And then for just the consumer, when you look at parking fees and just the price point for getting your Starbucks or whatever it may be, or going to Rihanna's retail store or whatever you may be going to at the World Center, you got to have some disposable income as well. Yeah. So it's not necessarily a place that's built for working class Miami's in my city.
So it's an interesting thing. We have a lot of billionaires moving to Miami, and they're bringing their companies here.
They are.
In Miami South, in the South area, and we welcome that. But it does drive up the prices.
It does,
right?
And then also I think we're not doing it. Let me back up. I don't want anybody to think I'm against proactive development or making sure that we have economic opportunities in our city, in this county. But we also need to have real conversations about what are we doing for people that do not have the skill set to get that job. What are we doing for the vast majority of our city that work in the hospitality field or food and beverage? The bunch of folks that I talk to every day that's relying on the public transit system and the not easy access to get around this city. We also got to make sure that we're cultivating places for them, and we don't necessarily do a great job in the city of Miami on that task.
So one of the things that, if you're lucky, you get to be able to look into the future 5 or 10 or 15 years down the road. And so what we're realizing is that people are trying to keep jobs and to get new ones. They have to be actively involved in the AI situation. If they don't, that is going to be like, that's the minimum criteria in 5 years.
Yeah.
If you're not proficient, you don't have to be an expert.
Michael, you see it now at Publix or Ross or all the self-serving point of sale systems. You see it now how we're ordering your products from the Amazons and all the other digital cashless society that we have. You see it when you're trying to make your purchases for food at a restaurant. I mean, the tech movement in this country is coming strong. So if we're not cultivating the class of people that can be prepared with the skills to utilize and be able to provide access to them in that space, you are literally pricing out a whole bunch of folks and leaving a whole bunch of people behind.
Yeah. So let's look at the story of McDonald's the last 20 years. Before they would advertise, the mom and family would go inside and they let the kiddies play in the outside playground, right? And now, all right, so it's almost all drive-through.
Yeah.
Right?
It's about
and you see that.
Repetition, production, speed.
And people under the age of 40, we used to pay with cash in McDonald's.
Yeah. People had coins.
Yes.
Sometimes you even had a little change,
The other day, I get coffee there in the morning. I didn't have my credit card, so I hand them a $20 bill. Of course, when they handed me, I'm leaning like this, and they're like, of course, the $10 bill goes on the ground.
Yep.
And I said, oh, that used to happen all the time.
Yep.
As a matter of fact, I knew people, they would go and walk through the lines and pick up the money off the ground.
That failed.
All right, so let's talk
fair.
about mental health.
Oh, that's a good
for
one.
police and for its staffers, and about autism and other related disorders. Right now, the figures are between 1 in 30 and 35 children have autism.
Okay.
And if you factor in other disorders, it's 1 out of 7.
Gotcha.
That means in that classroom of 30, there's 3 or 4 or 5.
Speaking, yeah.
Right, and they're right there.
Yeah.
And one of our missions here is to be able to bring forth that conversation. And so if the city doesn't have a really good plan, I hope if you get in, that you at least be able to get direction, help people get directed so they get
to the right services.
Yep.
I agree, Michael. 2 things. One, going back to your point, the city of Miami purview isn't necessarily Miami-Dade County Public Schools, or I don't necessarily have direct access or initiatives I can push, in that component. But partnerships is a great thing.
Yep.
And also, as you know, having my education background, that is a area that I'm very passionate about, making sure that we are providing for our students and our kids and just young people in general. So as the mayor of this city, I am definitely looking for ways to cultivate better public-private partnerships, to identify better ways that we can have more assistance in our public schools, to make sure that we're providing financial resources for kids, but then also, like you said, identifying resources in our community that our parents can utilize to help them with these different situations, to make sure their kids are monetizing their skill set and developing cool skills and getting summer jobs and being able to play with all the rest of the kids and not are isolated, making sure that we have counselors in our school system. Do you know right now, Michael, there's like 1 counselor to like 300 and something plus kids, right? It's crazy when you look at the amount of the numbers when it comes down to the lack of production that we're doing to make sure people are okay. And then also, as the city of Miami mayor, I don't think we utilize this enough. You can set a vision. You can set a course of action. You can set what the future of our city can be, and literally go out there and galvanize people to help you push that mission forward. And we don't do enough of that. We don't pour life into the dreams and goals of our people enough in this city, and that needs to change.
So often when a leader has this vision, of course you have to have a team that believes in you.
You definitely need to have a political
apparatus. And then of course you got all the naysayers. Oh, that'll never happen.
Yeah.
And there's Roger Bannister, the first man to run a mile under 4 minutes. 1954.
Hey,
all right.
That's my mom. My mom was born in 54.
Right. Oh, I feel really old. All right. So his coach has got him. He runs a quarter mile, world record time. Second quarter mile, record time. Third quarter mile. He calls out the press. It's in April or May of 1954. He says, today is going to be the day, the first man to run under 4 minute mile. And doctors were saying his heart will stop. He will have a heart attack. So he does it in 3:57, I think, or 3:54. That year, the next 12 months, more than 10 people ran him. It was like, well, of course you can do that. So it's really having the vision, as you're saying, to be able to look forward and be able to solve that.
I'm going to add one more point to that. But it also having the imagery is important. One of the reasons why I am so thankful to be on your show today, and one of the reasons why I even brought the Silver Knight Trophy, one of the reasons why I'm even running for mayor in my city, because I have never been seen before in the city of Miami. I am the first person that is running a supposedly viable campaign that looks like me. Okay. So going back to your point, imagery and vision is important, but it also plants the seed to inspire so many other people that's going to come after me because of what I'm doing now.
Well, speaking, not been seen much before, we have Emily, who's our producer. Emily. Let's see you there. Where is she? She's coming up. Oh, there she is. Okay, Emily.
Hello.
And who's over there? And so right there. Hey, there we go. Hey, thanks.
The trip.
FIU graduate, Emily, and Miami-Dade graduate over there in this work. All right.
FIU and MDC graduates in the house.
Okay. All right.
Yes.
And thank you, Emily. So should I say FIU in 72? I won't, but.
Also, I'm FIU 01 and, well, actually not 01, actually. I'm actually FIU 08 and 14. 01 is high school.
So in the city of Miami, and obviously in the county, there's about 120,000 septic tanks and several thousand that are in critical shape.
Yeah, they're still in bad shape.
And a lot of those in east of I-95 in that particular area.
Correct.
what is it that we can do, and how is not how is the city going to pay for it? Well, what's the cost going to be for those homeowners? All right, they're going to go, oh, we have to hook up. Right, we got to get rid of the septic tank, and then we have to hook up. What does that look like in the next couple of years to try to protect our underground water?
I've definitely been talking about that for about like the last 3 to 4 years. I'm gonna give y'all the short version. Short version is Miami-Dade County is the lead organization on this, right? But the cities in this county need to do a better job with trying to provide assets financially to help our residents make this transition from septic to sewer.
Yes.
So we in the city of Miami, one of the things that my administration would be looking into is how can I provide more income so I can help facilitate this transition for the folks that are still on septic tanks, right? So that's one. We may need to have a real conversation about maybe doing some type of smaller bond. Nothing as big as the Miami Forever bond that we had, but something similar in the smaller package that's directly tied to that. Because, ladies and gentlemen, we have a sea level rise issue in the city of Miami and in this county. And if we don't proactively do something to combat the extreme heat, the hurricanes, and our sea levels continuing to rise, it's a whole lot of people with those septic tanks that's going to be in big trouble in the next coming years.
So here's one of the things is that we've gotten accustomed to the Miami Beach flooding and Brickell.
Yeah, it becomes the norm. It's just like
that's what's happened.
It rains and you just get used to wearing, your boots and your car getting drowned.
It's really incredible. All right.
Yeah.
And we know there's a mobility issue downtown. Right. The traffic is what it is.
It is.
But when I was on Brickell, I was having brunch. And I was looking at the different types of mobility. Saw people on skateboards, roller skates, the little scooters.
I definitely know you saw those.
All right.
We need to have some type of speed limit requirement for them scooters, y'all.
Yeah, is that what we call them, scooters? All right. I saw people on bicycles, all right? Yeah. Moms with the babies, all right?
Yeah.
And of course, lots of Ubers and Lyfts and all that stuff.
Freebies of the world.
And so we sort of have to figure out how to do it. And the people that move downtown, they move there because that's where they want to live.
Correct.
And they just, if you move downtown, that's what it is. A friend of mine called me, I saw your son in his office. Well, my son works out of his condo. And I go, what office is that? He says he walks every day with his phone, walking up and down the street.
Yeah.
He says that's his office. I forget what avenue it was. But one of the things that when we do surveys, people tell us they want more transparency.
They do.
And what can the city of Miami do so that so that people are a little more comfortable that not everything is being hidden?
Okay, I'm gonna say this nicely.
There you go, folks, right here. Michael Hepburn.
Yes.
Michael A. Hepburn.
On the record.
All right.
The city of Miami does not have a transparency issue per se. We have a civics 101 issue in the city of Miami and in this county, but definitely in the city of Miami. When I say that, to say this, so many people have no idea what is taking place with their government, how to access it, how to provide or request for services. So many folks don't even know what the commissioner does or what the mayor office is capable of doing. So many people have no idea how our trash is picked up, property taxes are made. I can go down the list. So it's not about necessarily being transparent because the county commissioner and the Miami-Dade County mayor and our current mayor in the city, they're going to say stuff like, oh, we posted online and you can go to a budget hearing and you can look at the curriculum that we placed on the public. Like they're providing information knowing that most people in this city have no clue what this stuff means. So to answer your question directly, it's not necessarily about providing transparency, because I'm going to do that as well. As far as like making sure that all of our public meetings, anybody that's meeting with me as the mayor or any of our city commissioners, all that will be on the website within 24 hours. So you will see exactly who came through City Hall and all that cool stuff, right? But what we got to get better at is I need to develop I call it Citizens Academy for Miamians to make sure they understand how their government work so they can hold myself and everybody else, our 4,000 plus employees, accountable to provide the services that they're paying for, y'all. We have a $3.5+ billion budget, okay? We are a city of almost 500,000 people, Michael. Out of those 500,000 people, Michael, only 178,000 people are registered to vote, okay? 40,000 people was kicked off of the voter roll a month ago because they are deemed inactive. You get my point? Transparency is not helping that. But civic participation engagement with.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up. So there's 178, let's call it 180,000.
Yeah,
all right. So out of the 180,000, how many people vote? All right, folks, here you go. Put your head down in shame. It's coming up.
This is why I say it's not transparency. In the city of Miami municipal elections, less than 30,000 people have ever voted. I'm talking about, y'all can go way back, y'all. We have not crossed 30,000 yet of people voting in a municipal election in the city of Miami. But in November last year, when you came out and voted for president and all that cool stuff, we up to 130, 140,000 people. So I say this, we do not have a voter turnout problem in our city, okay? We have a social capital problem. We have a civics 101 problem. We have a I don't like my mayor or the people running for office or the people in office problem. So that's why I choose not to vote.
And in support of the folks that want to move the election to a presidential, it's so that a higher percentage of people are going to vote. In some cases, in a lot of cities, it's 15 to 20% total. That means half the people of that, so 7% of the people elect people. Right? It's just like, okay. And that's what happens if people don't count it. And let's talk a little bit about trans people.
Yeah. Oh, one more thing, Mike. I want to flip that argument too. Them telling you that they're going to move the elections to an even years doesn't necessarily help our city if most people don't know who or what they're voting for.
Yes.
So just having more people vote just for the goodness of voting doesn't help push our city forward. So please think about that, y'all.
Frequently people come to me and they say, we got a website. I go, okay, so what are you doing to promote it? Well, nothing. I said, put it in your basement. Nobody knows about it. You could have it up there, literally. City of Miami-Dade County. But if you don't do things to drive
exactly, what are you proactively doing? Listen, all of our lovely commissioners and county mayors and everybody else running for office, they know how to find you when it's election time. They send you newsletters, come knock on your door, send you direct mail, call you, robo-text, all that. But when they get in office, you don't robo-text me to come to a commission meeting. You don't call me to let me know about the vote that you're getting ready to make this week. You don't call or text or send a newsletter to update me about the money that you're spending. Use that same activism, right, and that urgency to talk to me when you're running for office. Use that when you're in office, and I'm telling you, a lot of stuff would change.
Ask our salespeople. We've been doing this for many years. They said, you should treat your clients like you chase them for a renewal.
Yes.
Just keep doing that all the way through.
You will never have an issue with them not wanting to sign up or subscribe to your service because they see that the genuine connection is real. Relationship building should not just be in election cycles.
Let's talk about trash.
There's been
a lot of news. 2023, the county, not the city, the county's waste to energy facility in Doral burnt.
Correct. They trying to figure out a place to put some type
and
of
everybody's going crazy.
Like, not in my neighborhood.
Yes. So the city now, the county's now sending all the trash either Mount Trashmore or up in the middle of the state.
Sure.
When I think about that, it's important that we're taking all this stuff and we're dumping it in the ground. And it's a lot of stuff. We're sort of stuck because when they find a place, it's going to be somewhere between 7 years on the minimum and 10 years sort of maximum, supposedly. And that about half of that would be burnt. They have a recycling program, and we're getting the county does, and that's a conversation that I had with our Madam Mayor as well. I said, Madam Mayor, I said quite humbly, the county does not have a recycling program. People don't know about it. I look for marketing, I don't see it, and what the county did is they would send the recycling cops to your garbage can and look at it. And then we give you a citation on a volunteer program. And if you had 3 citations, then they would give you a ticket. So we're going to punish people, right, on a volunteer program. So then it stops. The message has been so confusing that includes they take pizza boxes now, as long as they're lightly soiled. I go,
so you recycle those?
I go, lightly soiled? What does that mean? And it's so
needs to have
confusing.
Less than 2% of cheese still left on the box.
Yeah, and I go, first of all, people, right? I go, just stop that, right? Yeah. And I realize in the totality of stuff in Dade County, the recycling program is a little tiny thing. Yeah. Well, let's talk about a recycling program for the city of Miami. Yeah. Ken Russell, who's been many times, and I consider him a friend, and he's very green, and God bless him. And I enjoyed the work that he did. He was former city commissioner. He's also running for mayor. I saw a post on Facebook the other day. I don't know if it was a recent one, but he talks about the city's going to vote again to get rid of the recycling program, or is that an old?
It might have been from the conversations before. Even in our budget hearings that we had in our 5 different locations across the city, I asked the solid waste department and the budget office director the same question. And the funny part is, depending on who you're talking to, you get different answers. I can tell y'all this, y'all that live in the city of Miami. One, recycling is offered for homeowners right? So people that actually have single family homes in our city, we still have a recycling program for them. If you are in a apartment building or 5 units plus or more, you on your own. The city of Miami is not regulating or trying to figure out to make sure that you recycle. We actually discriminate against people that's in public housing. I reached out to Miami-Dade County asking them, how come all of our public housing complexes that we have across this county, do those people don't drink sodas and cans and water bottles? How come we don't have a recycling program for them? And you'll be amazed at the answer that I got for that. So yes, so if you
and so it continues.
So it continues. So if you are a single family home owner, recycling in the city of Miami is on your list. For everybody else, figure it out with your property management firm or your landlord, because the city of Miami is like, we're on our own. That will change when I'm the mayor.
I hope it does. We obviously have a business here, and I speak to our guys that pick up our stuff. And every month or so I ask them, tell me again what happens. He says, we take the metal and put it over here, put the cardboard over here, and then we take it and then we resell it. All right. So,
or they try to,
Yes. And so I hope that you're able to.
Yeah, so that's definitely is on the. It didn't come up a lot during my conversation, my listening tour for 6 months, but it was something that I brought up because, younger generation, we like to be. I'm not to mess with ages, but I'm just trying to say the people that's 45 and under tend to talk a little bit more about technology. We tend to talk about more about tree canopies.
You're going to be on the other side of that pretty soon,
yeah. Right? So I turned 43 on September 12th.
So let's talk about, and we have 4 minutes left.
All right,
let's talk about if you could push a magic button and get stuff done in the magical 100 days. I don't know who invented that. All right.
Yes.
And you can push a magic button. What are some of the things that you would like to accomplish?
I got some easy ones for you. One, I'll be firing the current city manager and appointing a new one. So that is definitely happening very fast. Two, I will be trying to repeal some of the restrictions that we have on the inspector general office that we created for the city of Miami. So that'll be policy that you'll see coming from me very fast within 100 days. Three, I will be setting up our mayor office into 5 different pillars. We will have one that is just focused on rehabbing, developing, and preserving affordable housing. I will have a department that is just focused on improving Miami's resilience to sea level rise, extreme heat, and hurricanes. I will have another one that is just entirely focused.
Emily, are you listening to this? This guy's got it figured out right here.
I will have a third department of staff that it will just be focused on uplifting our children in this city and our seniors. The fourth department would just be focused on enhancing all of my neighborhoods and creating better public safety measures, right? And then I have another department that y'all can go to the website to check out, which will be the 5th pillar, but I'll let y'all see that one on the website. Now, Michael, that's happening.
I just want people to know we haven't spoken.
No,
all right.
First time.
None of these questions I've reviewed with you. Not zero.
This is coming from all of that hard work from that listening tour that I did for 6 months and my political activism and advocacy in the city for decades. And then on top of that, understanding city of Miami government. We have 21 full-time employees in the mayor office, y'all. There is nothing I cannot do with 21 full-time employees. So for your current mayor that has been in office for 8 years, and for our city to be in the situation that we are in now with working class Miamians, it wasn't because we had lack of resources. A lot of this stuff was very intentional, and I just want to put that on the record. That would not take place.
Your family must be very proud of you. And I keep looking over that. What was your what category were you in?
I was athletics.
Is that right?
Athletics. Yes, I was a baller in high school. Kind of. I played football. I ran track, and also played baseball.
All right. Yeah, that's the sports guy over there. All right. He's actually helping his younger brother. You're coaching your younger brother.
Yep. What sport? Okay, hey, if you need, call me.
Right.
I played corner.
All right. All right. So I know you've had plenty of people helping you along your way, perhaps some mentors, maybe you're still with us or not. This is a good time to look into this camera right over
here. This one right here?
Which, there we go.
Okay. A couple of shout outs. One, my mom, my foundation, my bedrock, my campaign manager, my certified financial planner. Everything I needed has always came from Flora Baldwin. So shout out to you, Mom. When it comes down to my political world of activism, I have to get a shout out to State Senator Dwight Bullard. Has been a huge mentor of mine for the last 20 years, Michael. So he definitely gets some special notation today. My family in general, all of the Mills family, Griffin, the Hepburns, the Baldwins, the Williams, the Tyrells. My unit has been a cool source of inspiration over my years. And then my friends, man, my Khadijah, Tiffany, Lonzo, Denzel Burnside, and I can go down the list. William Chestnut from my South Miami days and Miami Central days. Man,
That's
some cool people. So that is definitely one of the reasons why I'm in this race, y'all, is because I'm about uplifting folks, Michael. And y'all might have heard me say this mantra at the beginning, but since I was in middle school, Mike, I just believed in pouring life into the dreams and goals of our people.
That's wonderful.
And that's literally why I'm running for office.
And people want, if they can find you, I think we have your web address up there.
Listen, I'm real easy to find. I'm like Deion Sanders, y'all. I am not hard to find.
All right. Yeah.
MichaelHepburn.com. And then on all of my social networking platforms, it is Vote Hepburn. That's Twitter, TikTok, Instagram,
Folks,
YouTube.
This is the real deal here, guys.
Facebook, Vote Hepburn on all of my social networking platforms. And then just to keep it easy, MichaelHepburn.com. You can find me on the website anytime.
Michael, hey, thanks so much for being here. Continue the good work. We're going to look, what camera we're going to look at?
Right there. One?
Yeah, right there, as Emily points to it. Folks, remember, vote early, all right?
Yes.
When you can get your absentee ballots early, as soon as you get it, vote for the candidate of your choice. Don't wait, mail it in, all right? If you can't do that, do early voting, and don't wait for the last day because it could be pouring rain on that day, all right? And remember, give your family, all of your family, a big hug and a big kiss. Thanks for joining us. Have a great day.
Thank you.